Welcome to video 31, adding fractions.
Adding fractions. If I had 3/5 and I was going to make 3/5 bigger by using my adding sign, and I was going to make it bigger by 1/5. We could easily do this. The reason we can easily do it is because we've got the same denominator. So here what we're saying is, we've got, let me draw it out, 1 whole, we've cut it into fifths, or equal fifths, sort of. We've already got 3/5, 1, 2, 3. We're going to add 1/5. So together we've got 4/5. Again, another simple one. If I had 3/7 and I was going to add 2/7, it would be the same as 3/7, add 2 more sevenths, 5/7. Adding fractions isn't as simple when the denominators are different. It's still pretty easy, but it's not as simple as when the denominators are the same. So here we have 4/5 and we're going to add 4/10. You can see that these are two different fractions. What we need to do is we need to get a common denominator, and we talked about a common denominator when we were looking at equivalent fractions and also when we were looking at simplifying fractions. So we need to turn this fraction here into an equivalent fraction where the denominator is also 10, and then we can easily add that fraction together. So let's have a look at this, and we're saying, okay, we need a common multiple of 5 and 10. If we times 5 by 2, we could also get to our denominator of 10. So I times 5 by 2, I chopped each section of this fraction into 2. So now the same fraction is now chopped up into 10. If I've times the denominator by 2, I need to times the numerator by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So now I've got my two fractions, 8/10 add 4/10 is the same as, I can add these easily now because I've got the same common denominator. 8/10 add 4/10 is the same as 12/10. And as you can see, this is an improper fraction. The numerator is bigger than the denominator, so I could turn it into a mixed number fraction as well, which would be 10/10 is 1 whole with 2/10 left over. Have a go at these examples, do one of them, pause the video, and then we'll go through the answers together. We're going to go for this example here. We've got 1/8 add 3/4. So we need to get to the point where these two have got a common denominator so that we can add them easily. So I'm going to look at this. I think I can actually times 4 by 2 so that I can have the same denominator as 8ths. So I'm going to write it underneath here. I don't need to do anything to this fraction because I'm already in 8ths. Here I need to get it so that both my denominators are in 8ths. So I times 4 by 2, I cut each section of my fraction into two pieces, sorry, I'll start again. I cut each section of the whole fraction into 2 more pieces. I need to times the numerator by the same amount, so 3 times 2 is 6. So now I've got 1/8 add 6/8 is the same as 7/8. This example over here is a little bit different because I can't multiply 3 by anything to get to 5, and I can't multiply 5 by anything to get to 3, so, or divide it even. So what I've got to do is find a common denominator that fits both of them. And because I'm looking at these, if I was going to go through my 3's, I'm going to hit 15, and I know that 15 is also a multiple of 5. So I'm going to choose my common denominator as 15. So what did I have to do to 3 to get to 15? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I had to multiply it by 5. So I've got to multiply my numerator by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. What did I have to do to 5 to get to 15? 5, 10, 15. I had to times that by 3. So I've got to times my numerator by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So now I can add my fractions together because they share a denominator. I've got 10 15ths, add 9 15ths, which is the same as 19 15ths, which again is an improper fraction. The numerator is bigger than the denominator. So 15 15ths would be 1 whole, and then we have 4 15ths remaining. So we're going to add our adding fractions to our number mind map. We're going to be going around here, so fractions of a number, and I'm going to write here adding fractions. Now it's easy to add simple fractions. That's when the denominators are the same. For example, if I had 1/5, add 1/5, it would be the same as 2/5. When we have mixed denominator fractions, we have to find a common, sorry, my handwriting's horrendous, denominator, and then we can again add them simply. What learning did we get from this? Again, we had to use common denominator understanding, which is the same as equivalent fractions. And we needed to use our understanding of addition, which is all the way over there, which I think I'm going to have to come around here. I also used our understanding of improper and mixed fractions, which is up here. So I'm going to come round, use this line and steal it on here as well. Okay.